Here's what your childhood says about you. The 4 main birth orders are the oldest, the youngest, the middle, and the only child. The oldest child is known to get mad if the younger child steals attention from the parents. This eventually leads to jealousy and even a loss of confidence, but it tends to make the oldest child more independent. The youngest child tends to compete for attention with the oldest, and this could even last a lifetime. The youngest child tends to learn early to be a risk taker, and later in life that could either be an advantage or a disadvantage. The middle child tends to suffer the most. It is because they receive the least amount of attention, so they tend to become more distant and emotionally numb. But this also tends to make them more attractive, because usually they're a mystery when dating. The only child tends to be overconfident and arrogant. It is because they were spoiled by their parents growing up, but this also makes them more sensitive to criticism. And so usually wherever they go, they always try to be the center of attention. Subtle habits people do that make someone dislike you. There was a study done on this specific habit, and 70% of the test subjects, they said they noticed 1 or more people do this in the last 30 days alone, and it's known as humble bragging. We have all seen that one person who tries to brag about themselves through a fake criticism of themselves to draw attention to some quality or some achievement they have. You often see this on social media. Great example of humble bragging. Let's say someone gets accepted into Harvard, and they get on social media and say, "Oh wow, I got accepted into Harvard too?" Obviously they made some mistake. I don't know how I managed that. They're basically trying to downplay themselves to get the attention and the approval of others. Another huge example of the humble bragging. That one girl who goes out to the clubs and says something like, "I didn't put much makeup on so I don't get hit on by other guys. Sadly, it's still not working." I'm like, fuck you. All this does is show how attention craving you are, and also how needy you are. Neediness is one of the biggest turnoffs. Then it just causes others to resent who you are. Things that confident people don't do and how to counter when it happens to you. So many people nowadays show lack of confidence through the way that they talk, walk, and act. And this certain behavior separates highly confident people apart from the majority. We have all met that one person who puts others down to make themselves feel good. Basically, they're trying to make you look small, to make themselves seem bigger than they really are. A lot of times they do this in front of women, especially when you're getting attention. They may randomly tell an embarrassing story about you, or just simply make fun of you. All you have to say is just this one phrase to get them to stop. And I got this from M-Ranker. When they start to put you down in front of others, just say this: "Damn, they really were not lying about you." It is an instant KO. Here is alpha male versus beta male eye contact. The eyes are a window to your personality. It's because your thoughts, desires, and emotions leak out through them. It's even been studied. Just by looking in someone's eyes, you can tell if they're going through depression or heartbreak. But if you want to go from beta to alpha, then it is a necessity to master eye contact. People who are classified as beta, just by looking at them, you can feel their emotional weakness, which means girls feel this even more than men do. Most of the time, betas do not make eye contact. It is because eye contact means tension, and betas tend to melt under the pressure. So when talking to them, they tend to look down and away. And when looking at a woman, they tend to side-eye her because they're afraid of getting caught. You constantly hear, "Make strong eye contact." But betas take this to the extreme. They stare too long and it becomes creepy. But alpha male eye contact is typically relaxed yet powerful. Betas have the deer in the headlight look, where their eyes are wide open. That typically means fear, but alphas are almost squinted. One big key is the duration. Follow the 80-20 rule. When talking, hold eye contact only 80% of the time. Here are some body language secrets if you want to portray yourself as the alpha male. A major part of becoming alpha is giving off the right body language. These subconscious signals that I'm about to share with you will command respect from others and cause girls to take interest in you. And that's not even the best part. You will feel more confident if you consciously take control of these things, because a lot of what you do with your body tends to determine how you feel. And the first body language secret is that betas tend to constantly look down. And when you look down, you feel down, while alpha males tend to walk with their chins slightly raised, because this tends to show pride in yourself and that you believe in who you are. The second secret is also the most misunderstood, and that is what you do with your hands and your arms. Because when you fold your arms, a lot of the time it makes you look uncomfortable. People subconsciously pick up on that, which could make you a target. Alphas tend to keep their arms to their sides. Hands in your pockets could also mean that you are hiding something. It could also be a good disqualifier. The third is how you shake hands. Betas who try to be alpha try to crush your hand, while alphas are slightly firm. And of course, be gentle with a woman's hand. Here are some tricks to turn shyness into confidence. Sometimes in conversation it may get awkward. How was your night? It was cool. Then it quickly goes downhill from there. Avoid words and phrases that stop the conversation flow. Instead, give some slight description first and then put it back on them. For example, "Oh man, it was really cool. We went dancing and then we went to Sub-Zero ice cream right after." I know that you have to have been there before. Even if they have not been there before, since you were talking with passion, and it is going to make them want to match that energy, because they don't want to be the people that kill the conversation. And when the conversation keeps growing, then it will connect you two closer together. Use this trick if you want to be the best wingman, but only use this if you have a friend who is crushing on a girl and they want a relationship. Otherwise, it'll cause very bad things. Here's what to do if you're in the wingman position. You need to casually strike up a conversation with your friend's crush. Let's say your friend's name is Kyle, so you're talking to Kyle's crush like they're a normal person. Get a topic going, movies, food, music, then casually bring Kyle into the conversation. Kyle and I were actually at this restaurant the other day. You casually throw this line in there. Actually, we talked about you now that I think about it. Anyways, he's going to be like, oh, what'd you guys say about me? We'll bait her like a fish. Now she has to know what was said about her. Then you say this, well, he was saying how, and you pause for a second like you're thinking, you know what, never mind, I can't, it's nothing. She really wants to know. Now the golden lines come out. It's just unique how he talks about you. There are girls that have crushes on him. He doesn't really talk about them. He talks about you more often. I don't know why. You just wrapped him with so much value. You social proofed him. You made him a mystery. It made her feel special.